Welcome back to Play Assay, or welcome back to Game Assay, or Play Assay if you're watching this later on YouTube. Those who caught the last stream probably a bit confused, although maybe not, because the encoder was jacked, so yeah. So last stream was totally ruined by using the wrong encoder preset and background noise. So this time, roommates are gone, we have the right encoder setting. Should be all good this time. So I had to redo. We got into the Institute and then started Far Harbor. So I had to redo all that. Although I did it in God mode, because I'm allowed. Anywho. I think where we left off, we were just about to build this thing and I made some changes. Des. Oh god. I made some changes to this. I still hate how asymmetrical this thing is. Okay, let's get Des out of here. Alright, let's do this.
You got activity, Des. Not sure how long before it peaks.
The Institute is a huge unknown. Before we can make any plans, you need to do something. What I'm about to tell you is the most closely guarded secret the Railroad has. It's time you learn about patriotism.
Ooh.
I like the name. Sounds encouraging.
There's a man, or woman, we're not sure, inside the Institute who helps synths escape to freedom. Dozens of synths owe him their lives. We don't know his name. We've never had a way to contact him. So we gave him the code name, Patriot. If your plan works, and you're able to get inside the Institute, we need you to make contact.
Okay. I'll do my best.
Tom's encrypted a message for Patriot's eyes only. Once he sees it, he'll contact you. Until you make contact, and probably after, you need to stay in their good graces. You need to infiltrate them. Can you do that? Can you be our agent on the inside?
How do I infiltrate them?
You're going to have to sell them a lie. It's best to stick as close to the truth as possible.
Well, the truth is, I tracked down one of your, a rogue scientist of yours. No, the truth is, I killed Kellogg, took the implant out of his brain, walked into his memories, found out how you get into the Institute through coursers, found the rogue scientist Kellogg was supposed to kill. He's still alive, by the way. Killed a courser, got his chip, made a teleporter of my own, because I'm a fucking genius, I guess, and jacked one of the signals that your coursers used to teleport in to get in the Institute. By the way, I assume the courser whose signal I'm jacking is just stuck somewhere waiting for the next relay.
And you're gonna have to think on your feet. We don't know what's waiting for you, if you make it at all.
Bring it on.
You can do this. I believe in you. Stand on the platform and I'll give you the holotape. Just plug it into any Institute terminal and wait for the reply. Tom, talk to me.
Booting up the scan sequence. This frequency is only going to work once. You know who doesn't make the same mistake twice.
Oh, so this big old thing's junk as soon as we use it. Alright. Hard save. I probably should have done it before this, actually. Fuck. Whatever. Won't make this mistake again. Unless I literally already have by fucking nothing up.
Molecules of yours. Hopefully we won't miss any. There's only, 60 trillion of them. All right, feeding our baby some juice. Let's see what she's got.
Take this holotape. You need it to contact Patriot.
Oh man, don't worry. That's all part of the plan.
Tom, do whatever you can to gain their trust. Lie. Tell them what they want to hear. Make up a cover story and sell it.
Come on, I think I got it. Establishing lock on the Institute signal.
Just get all the information
Oh
you
boy.
can about synths, about the Institute's plans. Find their weaknesses. If we can disable or destroy the Institute, we may have to do it. You
We've been
jack
making the
that
rounds
holotape
doing the
into
job.
any terminal.
Deacon,
Patriot
this is not the time.
He has
Everyone
to.
thinks
Got
that
the R up.
Desdemona is the
Deacon.
Find a way to save them.
the rah-rahs.
Nobody else can.
Now,
You noticed it gave the Deacon Admires You in the middle of that. No load times. It must be spending that time in the teleporter loading. Anywho, we're in the Institute. Those look like cameras. We're going to keep the Courser outfit on. That seems like a good call. Oh, look, a terminal. Should probably use the tape. Initiated network scan. So we copy the message. Oh, urgent reply. Acknowledge meet in advanced systems maintenance room. Alright. Will do. Notice how dirty that is. This place is pretty clean.
Hello.
Hi.
I wondered if you might make it.
Father?
You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
Institutionalized. That was a great title.
I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us.
Pretty fucked up shit.
I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy. And our actions are often misinterpreted by those above.
Misinterpreted, eh? Alright, well.
Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable.
Yep.
I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Yeah. Can you fucking hand him over, please? Give me all this propaganda first. I'm gonna fix that right now, actually. I've found that these tend to be a bit quiet. So we're going to increase the in-game volume. You're not a baby, but okay.
Shaun?
Huh? Yes, I'm Shaun.
Shaun. I've been looking for you for so long.
Who are you?
Shaun, it's me. I'm your dad.
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Shaun, are you okay? You're not hurt, are you?
What's going on? Father? Father!
What do you want me to do, Shaun? What can I do?
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me!
He
There's
was
someone here, help me!
he was an infant.
Please, Shaun. I'm your father. Talk to me. Just open the door.
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
It's stuck.
Shaun. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not...
Doesn't let me point my gun at him.
He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew.
Better give me some fucking answers.
Welcome to the Institute.
Give me Shaun. The real Shaun. Right now!
I know. I know. You've gone to such lengths to find him.
God. All we're missing are the teacups and the white rabbit.
Ah, levity. Excellent. A sure sign that you adapt quickly to stressful environments. But I need
My sword
you
is
to
still out.
realize
I'd like to point
this
that out.
Situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far
Pull the sword
and
out.
suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded.
Fucking...
It's good to finally meet you after all this time. It's me. I am Shaun. I am your son.
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in.
Nah, no shit.
In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy.
No. I assumed that was a different kid.
You believed that 10 years...
I know through his memories he knew it was Shaun. Never mind,
Is it really
fine.
so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And
That is kind of hard
here
to
I
accept,
am,
actually.
raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
It wasn't right, what they did. Taking you from me like that.
To you, that would certainly seem true. But to the Institute, it made all the sense in the world.
To you, the kidnapping seemed perfectly unreasonable. But to the Institute, kidnapping a child was just the obvious answer. It's just what you do.
At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you.
In a manner of speaking. Yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone.
I want to point out that all three of us at the beginning got a nice fucking heap of fallout immediately. So we're radiated as fuck. At least as much as everyone else in the wasteland.
Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
And you've been down here the whole time?
I have. Yes. I know you must have questions. Please.
Yeah, lots of fucking
Anything
questions.
I can do to help you understand.
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
I just can't help but go for this line.
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
I forget that it's been such a short time for you. I don't have any direct memories. And I've had my entire life to cope with the loss. Has it always been easy? Of course not. But I've done my best to move on and live my life. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often.
Here's my son talking to me about old age, being 20, 30 years older than me. Fucking trippy.
But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral
There's that word
damage to
again.
a minimum. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge.
Fair point.
What else can I say to ease your mind?
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
Okay, so I only get 2 of these, apparently.
They're scared of you, Shaun. Scared of the Institute.
People are always frightened by what they don't understand. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that.
So why the
Just
kidnappings?
give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss.
I thought I got 2 of them. I only got 1.
The Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
Maybe. I don't know. This is so much to take in.
I know. And I am sorry. You have been through so much in such a short time. The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like. I assure you that you are better off with us.
How can you say that? How can you be so dismissive of all those people? Everything they've done?
Because it is the simple truth. And I believe you know it too. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. A chance to show you what I've been telling you. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
All right.
Thank you. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, Dr. Holdren in Bioscience.
That didn't quite... Okay, we're doing this. Oops. Sorry. So, they didn't catch that pause, but Dr. Holdren, and he gives a pause implying that Virgil was previously the head, which they didn't say before.
And finally, Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them, and then we'll discuss what comes next.
Dr. Lee? Heard that name before, eh? Okay, I'll put my sword away now. Kind of knowing that this is here already, but I guess it's just what he likes to sleep in. Come with some directions, Shaun.
It's an honor to have you here, sir.
Thanks. Okay, I'm trying to play up like I haven't done this a dozen times. Although honestly, I haven't been inside the Institute in probably a year since I played this last. So this is I don't remember every detail here. But yep, Shaun is alive
Almost done.
and the head of the Institute. And he's 60 years old now.
Open up this primary drive servo.
That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase out on these older models...
Biggest fucking plot twist in video game writing up to, like, some of the Knights of the Old Republic stuff. What else even, like, pretends to be as big a fucking plot twist? That's all I can think of. Yeah, it's like the Knights of the Old Republic. Oh no, either of the Knights of the Old Republic big reveals are on the level of that fucking reveal.
Can't come soon enough.
Oh, I don't know. Most of them have lasted long past their projected
That's a Gen 2.
lifespans. If you ask me, they were built pretty well.
I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
There we go. All set. Unit, you can return to duty.
Is this voice broken or
Thanks
what?
again.
Of course.
Our technology must seem pretty advanced by your standards.
No shit, eh?
All looking forward to working with you.
Doc.
They weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie Fillmore. You can think of me as the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
There we go. Face me, please.
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the facilities division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So,
I'd say more.
now that you're here and
Keeping
you've
the fucking
spoken to
lights
Father,
on.
does that mean you're on board?
On board with what?
The Institute, of course. Shaun
That's
implied you
vague.
operated on a level, if not equal, then at least similar to the rest of us. Curious. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the facilities division, I'm happy to discuss it.
I've already got information overload, man.
I'm good for now. Thanks.
Goodbye, then.
Curious as I am, we'll deal with that later, because we're gonna role play a little bit here and pretend I'm just fucking maxed out here, because you fucking would be. You get into the Institute, already dropped into a fucking... You're a fish out of water. Find out your kid's the head of the Institute. Like, yeah, you just need to take a nap for a minute before you do any of this.
Batch 274.
Not yet. I've been reviewing Father's plans to expand our operations at Warwick. He's eager to get that going, so I've had to put everything else to one side.
I wonder how the Warwick family is doing. Young Wally must be close to 10 years old by now. It's remarkable that any child can survive for so long up there, don't you think?
I try not to think too much about it. We have more than enough to occupy ourselves here. Those people are the last remnants of a dying past. It's best not to dwell on the subject.
They're still people, and they're suffering. We can at least admit that it's regrettable. After all, how can we hope to redefine mankind if we can't even hold on to our own humanity?
Well, that's a question best left to our colleagues in the robotics division.
Yes, well... I suppose you're right.
Humanity's future is taking root right here.
Ha!
Doctor. Welcome. So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holdren, head of the Bioscience Division. I can't wait for you to see the work we're doing. It's truly amazing.
Like what?
I was just about to explain that.
I bet you
As
were.
the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of studies such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the Institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use in food and medicine. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas.
I did.
They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
Seems like there's nothing you guys can't do.
With hard work and ingenuity, any challenge can be overcome.
Okay,
I'm
Plastic
sure I've
Man.
taken up enough of your time as it is. But I have to ask, have you decided whether you'll join us?
I'm not sure. Right now, I'm just trying to keep an open mind.
It's a big decision, I know. But it's also a rare and important opportunity. No need to rush to judgment. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around. Or, if you prefer, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
You mentioned medical care. I might need that from time to time.
In that case, you'll want to introduce yourself to Dr. Dean Volkert. He's our top biologist and also serves as the Institute's resident physician.
Why is the top biologist not the head of the Bioscience Division? If he's the top scientist, what the fuck are you doing here?
Dr. Volkert works in the infirmary. Just pay him a visit whenever you need to. You won't find better medical care anywhere else in the Commonwealth. I'll promise you that.
Oh, okay, I guess that ends the conversation then.
Dr. Orman's lecture on cold fusion was nothing short of a revelation.
Pretty sure cold fusion's impossible. Whatever, dudes. We'll do Dr. Lee last. So I've changed my mind. Originally I was going to go do Far Harbor after this, but we're kind of running out of time here. I got 3 days until 76 comes out and an assload of editing to do.
That is correct. That was my favorite one. Can't we keep it a little longer?
Okay, that's...
To forward your request to the Bioscience Division.
We might just skip the DLC for this. Honestly.
We'll start protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo thinks he can hide in his office, does he? Well, you can tell him that I intend to speak to Father about these unannounced security sweeps of yours. Ransacking my quarters in the middle of the night is totally unacceptable.
I'll pass along your message, Doctor.
See that you do.
Welcome to the Institute, sir.
Yeah, hi. Dick.
Excuse me, I've got reports to deliver.
I didn't fucking ask you.
You're here.
They're
Glad you
dragging
made
their
it.
feet on the targeting package upgrades I asked for. Maybe I should take some courses with me. You know, send a message.
Please don't. There's enough friction as it is between us and pretty much all the other departments.
You going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results, and they will this time as well. You'll see.
The Directorate should take the synth escapes
Excuse me,
more
Doctor.
seriously.
So, here you are. Justin Ao, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future.
Understandable.
Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
Why? Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider. The first outsider to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time, in fact. There's little precedent for this situation, so it's only natural to take extra precautions.
I suppose.
It's nothing personal, I assure you.
Okay.
Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
So basically, you're the secret police.
Secret police? If that's a pre-war reference, then I'm afraid it's lost on me. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface.
Camera.
Coursers
There we go.
hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless. But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already.
Yep.
In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
I hate to break it to you, but your Courser wasn't all that tough.
Honestly.
Then it's likely the unit was defective. It's rare, but faults can occur from time to time. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have enough problems. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
Yeah, I'll leave you alone, fucking SS officer.
If you're the acting head of the SRB, who were you filling in for?
Dr. Zimmer holds that position. He's supervising the retrieval of some of the more high-profile units.
I want to take this moment to point out that Fallout 4 is like 10 years after Fallout 3. So Dr. Zimmer is still alive and still tracking down outside synths, I guess. Because Harkness was a Courser, remember? So that's a high-profile synth to go loose. Is that implying that he's still trying to hunt for him? I don't know. I guess they don't say what the canon ending of that quest line is.
In his absence, I keep things running smoothly.
Okay, bye. Should edit more flashbacks in. Need a good transition for it, though. I'm obsessed with transitions. You might have noticed that if you've seen the first few episodes. Fuck, I have so much editing to do. Oh my god. Let's do all of Fallout New Vegas. Yeah, we're gonna try to finish Fallout 4 today. Let's see if we can do it. Got shit going tomorrow.
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
Oh, hey, you're Allie Fillmore. You guys are you're Annie's or Allie's husband, then presumably. Could be brother, I guess.
Excuse me, Doctor?
Ah, it's you. You're here then.
Yep.
Yes, I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work.
I get the impression you don't want me here.
What I want, in this case, is largely irrelevant. Father gave his orders. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
Thank you. I'm sure that'll come in handy.
Given that the relay...
I really wish I could give a better answer of like, oh my god, thanks, that is super convenient.
...is the only way to access the Institute. Handy is something of an understatement. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get back to work.
Is everything okay, Dr. Lee? You seem pretty tense.
Yes, things are... It's fine. I'm sorry, I don't socialize much. I prefer to focus on my work.
Hint taken. So, yeah, that is the same Dr. Madison Lee from Fallout 3. I do really hope there is a way to kind of get in that story. How she got from Rivet City to here. Alright. Let's go meet with our railroad contact.
Synth unit, you were scheduled for maintenance duty in SRB last night. Anything you'd like to report?
Nothing to report, sir. I carried out my duties, as usual.
Dr. Ao saw you accessing a terminal. You know you are not permitted to access terminals in that section. Is Dr. Ao mistaken?
Yes. I mean, no, he's not. But I was only...
What is it? Were you or weren't you accessing a terminal in SRB?
I was, but I swear it's not what it sounds like. I was cleaning the terminal and it switched on by mistake. I was just shutting it down.
Was that a stutter? Have you developed a defect, unit? Maybe you need to be reset.
Sir, I assure you that won't be necessary. It won't happen again.
See that it doesn't. You don't want me to tell you twice. Now get back to your duties.
Hey, it's me. So you're the one who sent the encrypted message.
Yeah,
How'd
dude.
you even do that? I wasn't sure anyone on the surface would have a chance to crack Trinity. You know, the encryption algorithm.
A friend named Tinker Tom cracked your encryption.
He must have had some serious hardware to pull that off.
Mm.
Wow, your message was only one word. Friend. What did you mean by that?
The railroad's in the business of helping synths too. That makes us friends.
What? The railroad? As in the railroad?
You didn't even know?
I kept sending synths to the surface hoping someone would help them. I hoped the railroad got to some of them, but I never knew for certain.
You saved a lot of synths.
So much to take in. But
You're telling me.
With you in the picture, I have this idea. To rescue a lot of synths. At once. But we'll need help. Where's he working now? Right. Let's go to the West Atrium. Probably best to talk about something else right now. You know my father thinks it's a living hell on the surface. But that can't be right. Heck, you look positively normal to me. No offense.
Well, I mean, I'm
not sure if we
I'm
could ever make the
pre-war,
surface
so like
actually
it's not
a
a.
decent place to live. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't at least try to help, you know?
I mean, like I'm pre-war. I'm not a very good example. Like other people look pretty normal too, but like I understand what you're dealing with here. I am not. Damn, what's the term? Not a representative sample.
Reporting status. All functions normal.
Glad I asked. I didn't know I'd be following this dude around. God damn it. This fucking follows in this game are brutal.
Good. He's here. C-114. It's me.
Sir, do you require something?
It's okay, C-1. He's a friend. He's with the railroad. C-114. It's me.
Sir, do you require something?
It's okay, Z1. He's a friend. He's with...
Meeting here is dangerous. And you bring a stranger. You... How do I know we can trust you?
You can't.
Because the members of the Railroad have dedicated their lives to fight for your freedom.
I thought only Mr. Benet cared. But your friends actually fight for us?
That's what the Railroad does, Z1. He's from the surface.
I've never met another human willing to help. But, sir, we must make
Yeah,
this
no
quick.
shit, dude.
Right now. How many synths want to escape, Z1?
The ones I know for certain? 13.
That'll take forever. Let's free those 13 all in one go.
I would do anything for my people. But how do we get them to the teleporter? It's no good. The old maintenance tunnels that lead there are always sealed. By the SRB.
If I can find a way to open those doors, could you get your synths to the teleporter room?
Yes. We'll talk later. Someplace
Yeah,
more
no
secure.
shit, dude.
Liam.
Just a few high security doors, right? Controlled by cutting-edge SRB security tech. Yeah. A head-on hack is the sucker play. So we go at them sideways. You're willing to help, right? I can't do this alone.
What do you need help with?
Our core security architecture hasn't fundamentally changed from the old CIT days. The
Dumbass.
original security program was called Code Defender. Revolutionary stuff.
I wonder if that's an actual program.
We still have terminals running version 1, mothballed in storage. With some persuasion, I can get an old terminal to interface with the new security terminals. Enough to open doors, at least. Problem is, I can't even crack version 1. So I need a good old-fashioned username and a password. And that's nowhere to be found in the Institute. But if you could get me a pre-war admin password from the surface, I could log right in.
Your plan makes me nervous.
Z1 and I have been working on elements of this for years. The doors are the only thing stopping us. But finding the password is going to be tricky. The obvious place won't work. The CIT ruins were picked clean years ago. But some of the admins had to live off campus. Ask your friends in the Railroad. I need those login credentials.
So we're at a crossroads. I've infiltrated the Institute, found my son as the head of the Institute, and now I can either continue with the Railroad or start actually working with the Institute. Either way, I am required to do this quest, so we'll just decide along the way. Pretending I haven't already decided, of course.
Now that you've had a chance to see the Institute firsthand, what do you think?
I still think I need a nap to get this all over.
You've got technology here that I never dreamed possible. It's amazing.
I'm glad you can appreciate what we've accomplished. None of it has been easy. Ultimately, all our knowledge and resources are focused on a single goal. The goal is best summarized by our motto: mankind, redefined. Unfortunately, no advancement comes without occasional setbacks. As remarkable as our synths are, they can be dangerous without proper supervision. The superior synth mind and body attempting to wrestle with something approaching free will can be a recipe for chaos.
No shit.
If the synths are intelligent and self-aware, then they have a right to free will.
However closely they may approximate human behavior, they are still our creations. When you see what I have to show you, I think you'll agree that we know what is best for our synths. A rogue synth has taken over the Raider gang at Libertalia. His memories have been erased, and his identity altered. He believes he's a man named Gabriel. Under his leadership, the Raiders have taken many innocent lives. I've dispatched a courser to Libertalia. I'd like you to join him and reclaim that synth.
Sure. We'll just fight our way through an army of homicidal maniacs and ask this synth to come on home.
I didn't say it would be easy. But I'm confident that with a Courser at your side, you'll have no trouble. Now you should get moving. Many people are in danger, and a delay could cost lives.
Actually true. And, well, we could just teleport out of here, so... Oh, neat, I've already been here. Well, let's see what this rogue synth is up to, then.
We've been making the rounds, doing the job. It's time you learn the big secret. Everyone thinks that Desdemona is the big boss.
Are you crazy,
She calls
Deacon?
the ops, gives the rah-rah speeches, but it's just an act.
Suppose you have no idea what just happened.
She does what I tell her to because the railroad, it's my
They should really dismiss your companion when you teleport.
show. It's been that way since I founded it.
Do you really think I'm gonna fall for this?
Fall for what? Haven't you noticed that when I say the word Desdemona does a 180? Hey, there's an intruder! No, I vouch for him. Then welcome. Every time. It works best that way. Gives me room to maneuver. We've come a long way since the beginning. We've done a lot of good. Saved a lot of sin.
I'm kind of fucking busy now,
But
Deacon.
we're about more than that. We are the last and only line of defense between the Institute and the Commonwealth. Hell, maybe even the world.
You've lied to me at least once. This is just more of the same.
Yeah, you got me. But you're gonna hear the same sort of lies elsewhere. There's other organizations out there, and in time, I'm sure they're gonna spoon-feed you their own patented form of bullshit. Ignore the verbiage and look at what they're doing.
Probably should have
They're asking
fast
you to
traveled
do.
somewhere a little further.
What sort of world they'd have you build, and how they're gonna pay for it.
Okay, Republican.
Yo, thanks for the advice.
I don't know if it's your good old-fashioned pre-war values or you just won the genetic lottery, but anyone that has you in their corner has an advantage. And at the end of the day, you'll need to make a choice. Make it the right one.
Okay.
Hey, you called? That's my name. Don't wear it out.
It's about time for you to go.
Another time, then.
We'll send you to the safe house.
What the hell was that?
Oh, the fucking Courser just charged on without me? Okay.
Thought you could hide?
Oh, God damn it. Yeah, really should dismiss.
We've got hostiles.
Okay. Go time, I guess.
Sloppy tactics, bad aim. This won't take long. What the hell happened? You're dead.
Look at this blade-looking motherfucker. That's the same Courser that grabbed Shaun. X688. Speaking of bad aim, what the fuck are you even shooting at?
Target's gone.
Sniping on a boat. Okay, the Courser swears, and that just makes me uncomfortable. And a radiation storm. Okay, this is going well. Yeah, the Courser swearing makes me uncomfortable. You've given him just a little too much humanity, guys. I consider swearing a very human thing. So it's a very emotional thing, which, you know, implies a certain degree of humanity, I think. Although I guess I just defined humanity as emotional, so whatever, I guess. I don't think that's that unfair, though. Can I pull this off? No. No, I can't. Wow.
Getting tired yet?
You're blind. You got shot in the face with the fucking dragon's breath round. Yeah, you're blind as fuck, dude.
You must be the courser I'm supposed to meet.
Yes, sir. Designation X688. I've already neutralized the perimeter guard. Just give the word, and we can start the assault on the main flotilla.
Well, since you already started without me...
What do we know about this synth, Gabriel?
Designation B592 is holed up in the shack on top of the upended cargo ship. He's probably got his best fighters with him, so we should plan on heavy resistance. So, are you ready to go in?
All right, let's go.
Right behind you, sir.
Oh, he's got a missile launcher.
I'm already bored.
Oh. Alright then. Gotta get inside.
I'm just getting started. Wait for that. Something, idiot.
Fucking game. Nope. Just let me reload there, sir. Ha ha ha! Oh, that's good. Sir. Ma'am, sorry. You know, however you self-identify. What the hell? Really, Brotherhood? Really? Just... Alright. The damn Brotherhood vertibird coming after me.
Hold up a moment, sir. There's something important I need to tell you.
That there is.
I'm listening.
I'm going to give you B592's reset code. If he hears the code phrase, it'll reset his cognitive processes and make him docile. You'll need to say B592 initialize factory reset, followed by the authorization code Gamma 71 Epsilon. Once he's shut down, I can transport him safely back to the Institute.
Jesus, what a mouthful.
Then talk fast, sir. Just make sure you get it right. That's all, sir. Ready when you are.
I still like my incendiary shotgun more. Oh, a terminal. Delete old files. Delete all files. How to delete old files? Help. Help. Oh, delete, delete, help. Help. That's not how the help command works, dumbass. Alright. Lame. Oh, I still have that set to my alien blaster. Let's go move that. There we are.
Well Judging done. By your gear, I'm gonna guess you two are agents just like me. So, made it to the top. Is the Institute so desperate for resources that it's stealing plunder from honest, hard-working Commonwealth gangs?
Gabriel, you aren't who you think you are. You're a synth, and we're here to take you home.
A sin? What the hell are you talking about? I remember my whole life. I know where I grew up and who my parents were.
Now I'm wishing we would have done Far Harbor. Alright, next time we go through these, we're going to do Far Harbor before these, because, wow. Alright.
Explain that to me!
I'll make this easy for you. Surrender now, or we kill you.
Okay. Okay! I could see we're no match for you guys. Just don't kill us.
Don't listen to these guys. They're messing with your head, man. Just shut the hell up. You got me? Don't say another word.
I'm sorry, sir, but I have my orders. B592, initialize factory reset. Authorization Gamma 71 Epsilon.
Again! Do it again!
I should have given up.
Oh, okay. That's kind of rude, guys. What I was thinking was, we get him to give up and come with us willingly to the Institute. We can get better data off of him. But if you're just going to factory reset the bastard, then fine.
Everyone's excited about the new synth project.
Feel slower.
I'm glad to see you return safely. I know the task was difficult, but I needed you to see firsthand how dangerous a rogue synth can be.
Gabriel and his gang were sick bastards, hanging their victims up like trophies. I'm just glad it's over.
While we can do nothing for Gabriel's victims, we can at least take comfort in the knowledge that the threat has been removed. But enough about that. The task is done. And you've returned our synth safely to us. I couldn't have hoped for a better outcome. Well done. While you were away, I had quarters prepared for you.
No.
You'll find all the basic necessities, as well as a generous stock of arms and equipment. Go and have a look. I think you'll be quite pleased.
All right. Oh, that microphone becomes important later. Oh, the kid's gone. Can I get in here?
No use.
And I'm lost already because I'm a dysfunctional bastard. Up or down? This game really has the Skyrim problem where everybody just wants to fucking talk to you. Hi.
Your quarters are just inside, sir.
You know, what do we have?
When
Cigarettes.
you're finished here, sir, Father wants to see you.
I'm sure. Please fuck off. Can't imagine the Institute jumper is bad. Oh, let's see. I'm probably going to keep this Courser outfit for the rest of the game, just so you know. Hey, let's see how this looks, though. Yeah, it'll be hard now. Yeah, I'll be keeping my Secret Service outfit on. Let's take a nice 24-hour nap. Well, shit. I want to take like a 27-hour nap.
Son.
Ah. Hello, Father. Tell me, what would you do when someone has stolen from you?
After everything I've been through to find you, I think you already know.
I'm sorry, Father. Of course. You're right.
Yeah, come on.
The group that calls themselves the Railroad have acquired several synths from the Institute. Synths that had gone missing in recent months. They no doubt mean to free these synths, in their delusion that synths are somehow sentient beings. You've been in contact with the Railroad, so you're aware of their misguided beliefs.
This is awkward.
They mean well. They're only doing what they think is right.
You dealt with Libertalia. That's the result of their selfish, short-sighted plan. Usually they are a minor nuisance, but lately they have become more emboldened.
So emboldened as to send one of their own directly into the Institute.
I'm afraid we've reached the point where a response is necessary. We have learned the current location of these synths, and need to reacquire them before the Railroad can hide them.
Awkward.
I'm not sure why you'd bother.
Aside from taking back our property, we must teach them a lesson, as it were, and quickly at that. But it's important that we act on this soon, before the Railroad has any indication we've tracked them. We also don't want the Brotherhood of Steel getting wind of the presence of the synths. That would only complicate matters.
Oh, dude, it's the Battle of Bunker Hill. Shit's about to get real.
I'll act quickly. You can count on me.
You'll have a contact waiting for you just outside Bunker Hill. Good luck.
Okay, so this is the decision point. Do we forewarn the Railroad, or do we continue to Bunker Hill? Well, while thinking about, let's see.
Do you require anything?
No, dude. Let's go get Virgil's cure. Talk to Virgil, and then see if that helps me make my decision. I just realized in the last stream that I lost because the encoder was broken. There was a whole Brotherhood suit of power armor I grabbed. Oh well. Oh, look, gorillas.
Dr. Holdren's synth gorilla project is showing promising results.
Fuck's up with their arms?
Sounds like those raiders at Libertalia were quite a handful.
BRB. FUV lab entry. Restricted?
Sweet.
There we go. FUV lab is a potential biohazard area and has been sealed. Access to this section is prohibited. Requests for more information can be sent in triplicate to a records department. That's nice. I'll be on my way in. Thank you. Same thing on the inside? Yep. broken with the chair. Okay.
This is Dr. Elliot with the official report for the Directorate from Bioscience. The date is, August 2178. I'm pleased to report that, as has been the case during my tenure, crop yields exceed expectations. In point of fact, everything down here is fine, with one notable exception. Dr. Frederick has informed me that the Directorate has pre-approved research on samples of the FEV virus, which he already has in his possession. Now, I'm not one to question the Directorate, you all know that. I don't even want to know where this came from, but, well, this is troubling. Dangerous, possibly. I will do my best to make sure risks are minimized, but I really do hope that the consequences are understood.
Personal record. Dr. Brian Virgil. This will likely be my last recording. My requests to shut down the FEV program have repeatedly been denied. We've learned nothing useful in the last 10 years. Why does Father insist on continuing it? If he won't see reason, then I have to take matters into my own hands. What we're doing, it's not right. It needs to stop. If anyone should find this after I'm gone, know that I never wanted to hurt anyone. Anyone. Do you understand me? I'm gonna make sure the whole program is shut down. If not for good, then at least for years to come. After that, I know what I'm about to do will be seen as a betrayal. Treason, he'll probably call it. So, I'm leaving. I have a plan. And if it works, I'll be somewhere safe. Somewhere not even the coursers can find me. Everything that we've done, the lives we've taken. If there is a God, may he have mercy on us all.
Project Synthesis Terminal. So it's alright. This is a for chemical synthesis, presumably. Indefinitely suspended. Oh, well, let's go in order then. Male, mid-30s, poor overall health. Post-submersion results consistent with standard results. Subject discarded. So they're doing this Fallout 1 style, where you have to be submerged in a vat. Poor overall health. Post-submersion results inconclusive. Subject status terminated. Subject unintentionally terminated during Incident 5. Data should be called. Is that a V for Vendetta reference? I think that's a V for Vendetta reference. Moderate overall health, inconclusive, terminated. No, it's the same thing. Notice how far apart these are. Entered by Silverson C. Latest round of tests complete. Results are all within expected parameters. Inform Dr. Zimmer directly, as he had ordered the tests personally. Dr. Zimmer is SRB, not bioscience. He seemed to know about the results, unsure what he was looking for. He declined to specify why he wanted the test to begin with. Alright then. Yeah, it's an ordinary fuck. I officially assumed the lead role of the project after Silverson's passing. Latest round of subjects show similar results to previous tests over the last 5 years. No statistical deviation noted. Synthetic organics continue to perform well. The necessity of further tests is unexplained. Nothing new, always the same. I've entered a formal complaint with the Directorate. These tests are not bringing us valuable information. The organics project has spun off decades ago. Why do we continue this? Redacted. Do we continue investigating, or do we just head out? Because we can't just head out. Just hoping to get some answers as to why they have FEV and why they insist on having samples. And of course, Can't just ask Shaun. Alright, let's chug along the main quest. We're going to choose not to inform the railroad.
I've been waiting for you.
I know.
Sorry to have held you up.
Try and keep up from here out. Our targets are inside, 4 synths under railroad protection. Majority of the settlement is uninvolved and are expected to run for cover. The situation appears to have escalated. A covert approach is likely impossible. We move in, secure the synths, and I relay out with them back to the Institute. Clear?
Hey, I'm gonna need some of your grenades. Hand them over.
Very well. Our targets are being sheltered by a man named Stockton.
Oh no.
Limited backup will be available to us. Use these only if necessary. Here are the recall codes. Follow me. SRB intelligence.
Synth relay grenades. Sweet. They're grenades that teleport synths in. Oh, I'm all over that. Gimme.
Intelligence reports indicate that the mission's parameters just changed. We go in shooting. Requesting backup relay now.
Oh shit, wow, alright. Oh hey, you caught up. Nope, not helpful. Coming through. Excuse me, pardon me. If you could not. I'm pretty sure I eventually do have to kill some railroad people.
I've been looking for you.
No, I've got money. It's yours if you let me go.
F633, initiate reset. Authorization code Delta 62 Arcus.
Here they are.
God, it's a Corsair.
Oh no.
Issue the reset codes and we'll relay back to the Institute. Time is critical.
You there, Synth.
Come on, please. Just don't.
Yeah.
We're down to you there, Synth now.
Reset. Authorization code Theta 93 Stratus.
I have these memorized, I
No
guess.
sudden moves.
Please, no.
Y915, initiate reset. Authorization code Beta 77 Tempest. All right, Synth.
Please.
Z322, initiate reset. Authorization code Gamma 49 Typhoon.
That's all of them. Objective complete. Return to the town. Make sure all hostiles have been eliminated. I will relay the synths back to the Institute. Report to Father upon your return, and good work.
Ah! Can I fast travel from here? I can, neato. No, I can't.
Yes?
Just, passing through.
Shaun.
You know, in all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. But now, this just confirms the truth I've always known. The Commonwealth is dead. There's no future here. The only hope for humanity lies below.
Some air fresheners, a new coat of paint, and it'll all be good as new.
If only it were that simple. Standing here, I'm reminded of how fortunate I am that I was spared a life in this wasteland. I know that to you, I was kidnapped from that vault. In truth, the Institute rescued me. Both of us, really.
Oh.
Kellogg called me the backup.
Did he? Well, he was correct. I was the perfect candidate. An infant with uncorrupted DNA.
Except for, the fallout, but whatever.
But if something were to go wrong, if I died, well, the Institute realized a contingency plan was prudent. Another source of pre-war DNA, preferably related to their primary subject. It only made sense that my parents should fill that role. So you were kept alive and safe within the vault. I'll admit, when I had you released from Vault 111, I had no expectations that you'd survive out here in all this. To not only do so, but manage to find me. To infiltrate the Institute itself. Extraordinary.
Your unconditional love is overwhelming. I think I need a moment.
I can accept that you're offended. You must
yeah, no
understand.
Shit. Could have just had me fucking teleported in, saved me a lot of fucking bullshit.
I have had no love to feel. We have been strangers until now, you and I. Certainly it was no longer necessary to keep you suspended. Well, I suppose I wanted to see what would happen. An experiment of sorts.
That's kind of gross,
Shaun.
Shaun.
I had no idea what kind of man you were, you see. Would the Commonwealth corrupt you? As it has everything else? Would you even survive? Perhaps most curious to me, would you, after all this time, attempt to find me? And now I know the answer.
Finally, a touching moment out of him.
Well, here I am. Was it worth it?
I believe so. There are greater things to come after your success at Bunker Hill. The synths have been safely returned and will be repurposed. Thank you for your work. I hope you weren't at too much risk.
What do you mean, the synths will be repurposed?
Modifications will be made to correct the defects in their programming, and they'll be assigned to new duties within the Institute. Not the first or last time it will happen. The railroad remains an annoyance, of course, but they'll be dealt with as necessary. And you, well, you've passed the test, as they say. You have done well. Please, take this as a token of my appreciation. Our appreciation, really. It's time for you to become more involved in the future of the Institute.
Oh.
I'd like you to join me inside. The Directorate is meeting, and you should be there. I'll be waiting. I've seen enough. It's time to go back in.
Alright. So, fucking, some plot there. Shaun was the one that ordered your release. Remotely. And I kept talking about remote access in the vault, too. I think I forgot that? I don't know. Vaguely remember that, I guess. Turn some light on. Ah, shitty light. Because everything's night. Alright. I think that's good for an episode then. So, I'll cut this one. And we'll probably start I'll cut this one, do a couple things. Grab that last Eddie Winter tape. Then we'll pick this back up a bit then.